Years memories of 2017 and how that game went back there?
I just remember it being really loud there. The atmosphere was wild, and I just know that played a big part in us taking that L. But I mean, it's also things that we could have did better. But the atmosphere is very electric.
What is this? 3 shutouts. Last Georgia team to have 4 in the season was 70s, I believe.
Right.
How more and more important is that becoming to you guys?
I don't feel like the shutouts are becoming more important. I feel like the details and our standard of what we do on the defense is what we really look up to. Because I mean, a shutout is great, when it happens, but at the same time, it's like we just really focus on our techniques and what we're supposed to be doing, despite all the statistics.
That said, I mean, there was some energy out there. Saturday night, you wanted to preserve that bagel.
Oh yeah, I mean, it was some great energy. It was a great, feeling to know that they try to, get in there at the 1-yard line and we stuff them. But at the same time, it's like we really focus on our techniques and whatnot. And like we don't. I mean, it's great. A shutout is great, but I mean, at the same time, it's like. It happens.
Michael, how much, when you think about the makeup of this defense, I mean, recent Georgia defenses have had the Jarvis Jones and the Leonard Floyds and the Roquan Smiths. There's not that just superstar that everybody's pointing to, oh, he's a top 10 pick, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it seems like that dynamic. I mean, the fact that y'all are doing all this with what a lot of people would say there's not one, like, just true superstar on this defense.
I feel like we don't really pride ourselves and try to be a superstar. We try to fit in the scheme of the defense and like really do what the coach tells us. So if he tells us to be right here, we try to be right there. As far as defensive linemen, we try to play our gaps and techniques and whatnot. So we really don't look at all the stats and whatnot. It's like, did they make the tackle? Did we miss the tackle? Did we make the interception? Did we miss the pass deflection or something like that? We really just worry about our technique and fundamentals and doing the scheme and what the coaches tell us.
Like in the film room, y'all review the previous game. What kind of things are said when you talk about when somebody misses a tackle or whatnot? Just kind of what's the conversation like in the meeting rooms, examining previous games?
I mean, for example, like in this last game, yeah, it was a shutout. It looked great, but at the same time, I just know that there's some things where people are out of a place on certain plays where they shouldn't have got this, where it could have been way better. You could have made a pass breakup or an interception right here and there. So there's always the negative and the positive. So we just really try to look at it negative and try to correct those to make for a better future.
Do players speak out during that, or how does this coach talking to y'all when y'all?
I mean, players speak among players, and coaches also tell us, we have to get better at this. If you want to, play down the road, everybody has their eyes set out on the national championship. So at the same time, those little things, lead to big things. So if we correct those little things, big things will come.
What's your description of Dan Lanning and the younger staff as a whole defensively?
I feel like they're very energetic, and they really love their players, and like as far as like they want us to do great and excel on and off the field. They they call in play calls, designed around us, to get us around the ball, make us wreak havoc, and tackles for loss and things like that. So I really love their energy.
What about besides their energy, collective personality that inspires you guys, that really gets you guys focused?
I feel like they complement each other. If one person sees one thing, the other will be like, okay, I understand where you're coming from, and they'll go back and forth. They love piggybacking off one another, so I feel like they're very complimentary of one another.
Mike, what do you think of number 5 for them, Schwartz, and his speed? I mean, I know that's something that JR may have to deal with more than someone like you, but what can y'all help do to contain someone like that?
I mean, really just try to get in the QB's face and pressure him up the middle. Just really rattling him a little bit, and I mean that guy's really fast, so we just got to avoid him getting the ball at all costs, because when he's in open space, I feel like he can make things happen. I believe he's really good at track too, so he's a really fast guy.
Following up on Dan and kind of his rise that he's had to become the DC here, I mean, did you see those qualities in him when he was the OLB's coach, and like when y'all went through that transition? Did you kind of could you even imagine or envision him having this amount of success
I really didn't know him like as a coach. I just know he was a new coach to the OLBs. I mean, he made the OLBs, better as far as their technique, and the OLBs loved him. But when he came to defensive coordinator, that's when he became more open to us and talking to us. So that's how I knew what kind of guy he was. But I really did see the dynamic change, because the OLBs will say something, but I'm like, how am I supposed to know? That's not really my coach. We say hey in there and hey in this, but at the same time, it's not my coach. But when he became the defensive coordinator, I feel like I saw the energy and whatnot that the OLBs were talking about. So I feel like when he made that transition, that it was actually really good because he was very energetic and everything that the OLBs told us. I mean, you see it now as the defensive coordinator, and we're prospering off of it.
Michael, you played against Auburn a lot.
Right.
In your experience, what is it about their run game that makes it different from other teams in the SEC?
They're just like us. They're heavy up front as far as the offensive line and whatnot. Their running backs are usually really good, and they really play good team ball. And they want to run the ball at you just like us, like at your will, and just really try to break people. But, I mean, I feel like they're very physical and aggressive.
It kind of seems like for them, especially the run game, the up-tempo is really what gets them going. That's what their whole offense is built around. As a defensive line, kind of what are y'all saying this week to kind of, if you disrupt the run game, you disrupt kind of everything they want to do on offense?
Well, really, we just try to, we obviously have to win first and second down. We have to slow down the pace of the game and really just get in shape because they like to do hurry up and whatnot. So they're big guys, but they're used to it because they're practicing fast pace. So we just need to practice fast pace and running around and make sure to slow them down.
When you talk about winning first and second down, is there a specific number? Is 2nd and 7 winning first down and 2nd and 6 isn't? Is there a specific number you've got in mind there? Or?
I'll say 2nd and 7 is probably where we winning first and second down. I mean, we want to get dime rabbits in all our pass rushing people on the field and whatnot to help them rush the passer, to give us a better advantage and help offense get better field advantage.
If you win Saturday, you clinch the East
Right.
and become the first Georgia team or the first East team to win 3 in a row since the 90s. Are you guys aware of that? Do y'all talk about that?
Honestly, we don't look about that. We just really look on, the little techniques and whatnot, like I said earlier, just the little knickknacks, because if we execute those and do better at those little things, the big things will come. So if we win, that's great. And if we lose, we just know we just need to focus on that.
And has it started to dawn on you the time is winding down?
It has dawned on me a little bit when I realized I have probably a month and a week left. So, it happens. All things come to an end, but it's just coming sooner than later for me.
How's Jordan Davis gotten better this year?
He just really tried, hone in on his technique and whatnot. I try to, keep Jordan upkeep and just make sure that he's, make sure he stays in his head and knows what he's supposed to do and what he's capable of.